Our ALICE project is designed to shine a light on hardworking families in our region, thousands of families in our region who are working 2 and 3 jobs per household in some cases, yet struggling with financial instability, which is a very pervasive issue. When you're living on the edge of the financial cliff, this has an impact on your judgment, your decision making. In many cases, families are just trying to get through the day. And all of us really desire and deserve a quality of life that allows us a buffer from the financial cliff.
COVID really highlighted, I think, the struggles and strains that people have had. And so it was really an opportunity for us to take what we had done and kind of up the ante on how much we reach out to help people with their financial challenges, their mental health challenges, their family challenges. And that inspires people that come to work here to do it for others.
People have struggles in their life, and sometimes we want to pretend like if somebody has a job, they should never be struggling. And what we've learned is that that's not the case. They still have things that go on through a variety of reasons, and somewhere along the way, we've kind of lost the ability to be there for those people. We interviewed a number of people, and we met this woman, Crystal Harding. She sat down with me, and she sat down with Betsy, and she sat down with the team, and there was just something about her. She had a way about her that seemed like somebody who would fit with the mission that we're trying to accomplish here. And when we talked to her about that, her eyes lit up, and she said, I want to be part of something that's not just about money. And so we hired her as our administrative assistant and person in charge of human resources. And she started working here, and she was here for, I don't know, a week or two, and I went out and struck up a conversation with her, and she told me how she got here and the whole story, and told me what her husband did. And I was like, does your husband have any warehouse experience? Because we're always looking. And she said, well, yeah, as a matter of fact, he does. I said, well, bring him in. We're a family company. We don't care. We'll hire family. We're not opposed to that. And so he came in and met with us. Great sense of humor, relatively quiet guy, very smart, very capable. So we hired him effectively on the spot, and he started working for us right after that. And he runs in the warehouse one of my most difficult customers. He's now responsible for operations on the floor. They're no longer one of my most difficult customers.
The Hardings are a great example of a hardworking ALICE family that has resiliency and perseverance.
I think our biggest struggle
was COVID.
Was COVID. We signed the contracts for the properties 2 days before the government shut down. My home, when we purchased it, it didn't have heat at all in the downstairs. There was a leak in the roof. The previous owner was supposed to fix it. All that they did was put plastic under the insulation in the attic, and we didn't know it until, I don't know, almost a year later. So we had to get a roof quicker than expected, and we just didn't have the money for it. So we went a while with just patching things up. We went over 2 years with nothing. I didn't qualify for food stamps. I didn't qualify for a lot of things because I made too much money. And the past couple of years, we've been using a lot of electric heaters to heat the home for the kids. And we spent most of our time upstairs because upstairs had baseboard electric heaters. So up there, last winter, it was below -33. The house was freezing. A couple of times our pipes froze. All these years, the electric bill has gone in the thousands, and it's still we still owe at least a little over $2,000 on the electric bill. But little by little, we're working on it. The best way to heat the home was a pellet stove. We had to have it paid off by October, when the pellet stove would be delivered. Working hard in financial challenges, it's very stressful. It's constantly worry.
Every time you think you're catching up, something always hits you, you know? Mm-hmm. Our electrical box went, and that was in January. We didn't have the money. It was around $1,000 to replace the whole electrical box and have somebody come out, rewire it. And that hit us. I had a car, we were paying payments on the car. We finally paid it off. 2 months after, motor blows.
Yeah.
And the money we were saving to fix the roof, we had to do a down payment for a new car. It's been a struggle. We thought, you know, paying off the car, we'll have an extra $300. No, it was tough.
Then we got connected with the United Way, and they helped us get our pellet stove. It was delivered in October, and they covered the cost for it. Very warm since we've had the pellet stove. Our kids, they come home, and I'm not worried, you know, if
it's cold or if the
you know,
pipes are
making sure you
frozen.
hurry upstairs and make sure you turn on the electrical heater to shower, and it's a weight off our chest. There's a lot of people, working families, who don't qualify for help, and they live paycheck to paycheck, and anything could go, and that puts them so far behind, and they need help too. And also, for people who think all these people work and they can't, how can they not afford certain things? It was all beyond our control, you know? A lot of support that we didn't have these past couple of years.
Mike and Betsy's been very supportive. They helped us out a lot.
A lot of networking with people. They know a lot of people around. For instance, the United Way, they've connected us with them, and Jody Carpenter, with you
From
first.
You First.
She went over budgeting management with us. She did help us out with a loan because we still hadn't paid for the roof. How are we positive? Because we support each other. We kind of, when he's down, I kind of raise his spirits. When I'm down, he raises my spirits. And we have a lot to look forward to. We're getting back on track, and we have hope now.
Yeah.
And we're extremely grateful. That we're beyond grateful.
The past 6 months has been really positive for us.
You're so
With
calm.
all the help. I'm sorry, I'm trying to be calm.
So you have your top level, the people who are well off and don't need help, and then you have the people who get help, and then people like me, the working people who they get forgotten about it. You know, like people don't think that they need help, and so that's why it's important for me. Like it's a blessing that I was connected with John and United Way, because they do so much for people, and they make a real difference. That's why it was important for me that I was able to tell my story, and for other people who are in the same position that I am.